I would say friends and family were the most important thing when David died, because he was so well loved by everybody. He had so many friends who both did, and everyone adored him, and being able to talk about him was really, really useful. And knowing that those people really cared about me as well, because it was their way of showing love for him was to show love for me. So they would come round and try and take care of me and ask if there's anything they could do for me. I didn't feel the need quite so much for too much help externally. I saw a counsellor and I would sit and talk to her about how things were, but as time went on, it didn't take very long, just a few months before I started to feel that I got more from talking to friends about how I was grieving rather than talking to a counsellor, because my friends knew me better than a counsellor did, and I just found that because they knew and loved David as well, that made it much easier spending time with them. I was really lucky to have really amazing work colleagues as well. I had 8 months off work altogether, 4 months before David died, looking after him, and then 4 months afterwards. And that was about the right amount of time. I was starting to feel ready to go back to work. I'm a nurse and I was supporting patients who were having chemotherapy in my job at the time, which is really difficult when your husband just died from cancer. So having to get back to work probably took longer than it might have done if I was doing a job where I could shut off more. But because I knew I had to go back to supporting patients and being really able to do that, I knew I had to be completely well before I could do that. I work for the NHS, and I was really lucky to be really, really, really well supported, both during the time when my husband was ill and I needed time off to go and sit with him during chemotherapy. We worked my hours out so that I could be with him when I needed to be, to go to clinic appointments and things. And in terms of being off before he died, taking time out when he did die. I was able to do phased return when I went back. I was able to see a counsellor through work, and all of those things just made the return to work much easier. It made me feel supported, and like people genuinely cared, as opposed to just needed me back so they could say that they were fully staffed or they had more hands on decks. So I was really lucky to feel very well supported at work, and I know others haven't been so well supported, and I know that makes such a big difference, knowing that when you go to work you're surrounded by people who genuinely care, and who genuinely want you to be well enough to be there and will do what they can to make sure you get there.